Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me for our evening yoga practice. We're going to get started by laying down on our back. So gently lower yourself down, engage in your abdominals, and try to come down one vertebrae at a time. We're going to start the practice with doing a few pelvic tilts. So what you're going to do is with your pelvis, you're going to tilt it. And that way your low back is flat against the ground. And then release it. Let's do that again. Tilt. And really also engaging your core. Really contracting your abdominals. And then release. We're going to do that 2 more times. Tilt it on up. Again, engage your tummy. Release 1 more time. And release. We're going to do some glute bridges. So we're keeping our feet on the mat. We're going to lift our toes up to the ceiling. And then we're going to squeeze our glutes and lift our hips up nice and high. And we're just going to hold it for just a little bit. And then I want you to gently bring it back down. Really seeing if you can keep that low back nice and flat against the floor. Let's do that again. Squeeze your glutes and lift your hips up. And gently bring it back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Squeeze those glutes and lift up. And then bringing it back down. And last time, here we go, lift. Keep remembering to breathe. And gently lower them down. And we're going to go ahead and bring both knees into our chest and just rock side to side, just massaging our lower back. Good. Now we're going to go ahead and place our hands in more of like a triangular diamond position, and we're going to place them underneath our low back. This is just going to help support that low back. We're still engaging our abdominals. We're going to bring both legs out, and we're going to go ahead and scissor our legs. So we're going to raise one up while the other one goes down. Nice and controlled here. Keeping your face nice and soft. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and bring both feet down to the mat. Let's bring the arms overhead. Straighten the legs out, and we'll get a nice full body stretch. Good. Then go ahead and bring your arms back down to your sides. we're going to roll over to the side. So if you can roll to the side where you're going to be facing me, we're going to do a nice side plank on our forearm. So set up for this. Elbow is in line with the shoulder. Our legs are going to go out. Now you can do a modified where you keep that bottom knee on the ground, or coming on up and just, we're going to hold it right here. Really engage that core. Great job. And then bring it down. Let's go ahead and do the other side. So again, the setup is elbows in line with the shoulder. Feet are stacked on top of each other, and I have a nice straight line from my top shoulder all the way down to my heels. Again, knee can be on the ground, or both can be up. Great job. And gently come on down. We're going to go into a child's pose. So you're going to have your knees about mat width apart. We're going to sink our hips back. Nice long arms reaching out. Resting our forehead on the mat. So you can get a little bit of extra length in your arms. And then on your next exhale, we're going to come up into a nice tabletop position. The knees are in line with our hips, shoulders in line with our wrist. We're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we do that, we're going to lift the chin up and open up our chest. And then on the exhale, chin tucks into our chest, and we round our back. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, round the back. Follow your breath here. Let's do 2 more full breaths. Inhale and exhale. Last time, in and out. And now we're going to go into a puppy pose. So we're going to stay right on our knees, just like they are. Our hands are going to come on out, just like we would in a down dog. And we're bringing our head to the mat. So it's very similar to a child's pose, except our hips are actually staying up more in the air. Good. Now coming back up, we're walking our hands back in. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. We're going to tuck those toes, and we're going to go into a down dog. And it's okay to have a slight bend to your knees or to bend those knees in the down dog. You can pedal your feet. And then we're going to come into a plank. We're going to lower down nice and slow. Then we're going to come into a cobra and back into a down dog. And I want you to look to the top of your mat, and we're going to step or hop up. We're going to be in that nice forward fold. Grabbing your elbows, we're going to go side to side. Releasing the elbows, halfway lift. Forward fold, and roll up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to stay here for a moment. I want you to spread those toes out nice and wide. Our feet are fairly close together. Palms are facing forward. And we're just going to stand here in mountain pose, really grounding through our feet. And then on the next inhale, we're going to bring our arms up to the ceiling. And then we're coming back into a nice little back bend. And then on the exhale, we're going to forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And we're going to step back into a plank. I want you to gently lower down. Coming up to cobra. And then into down dog. And just breathing here, keeping our head in a nice neutral position. And then we're going to come into a nice high plank. We're going to lower down onto our forearms. And then we're going to go into a dolphin pose. So it's a lot like a down dog, but instead of being on our hands or on our forearms. And then I want you to lower yourself down onto your knees. And we're going to go into a child's pose, sinking those hips back and resting our head on the mat. And we're going to come into a low plank. So we're going to be on our forearms. And again, you can have your knees down, keeping that core nice and tight. Or you can come on up. And we're going to go ahead and side tap for 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring it back down. We're going to come into a tabletop position. And we're going to go into a frog. So I'm going to actually show you what it looks like from the front. You can just stay right where you're at. You're going to bring your knees as far apart as is comfortable, with your ankles directly behind your knees. And then we're going to go ahead and let the arches of our feet fall to the side. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come down onto our forearm. And you can bring your hands together or they can be flat on the mat, your choice. And we're going to go ahead and sink our hips back. We're going to bring them back. This is a really good and powerful hip opener. If you find that this hurts your knees, you can always put blankets underneath them. And we're going to hang out here for just a little while. Remembering to breathe into the pose. It should feel like a good deep stretch, but it should not be causing pain. We'll be here for 30 more seconds. And then we're going to walk our hands and our hips forward. And we're going to bring those knees back in. And we're coming back down to a child's pose. And we're gently going to come on up to a nice seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale through the nose. Out through the mouth. Then we're going to bring our right arm up. Left hand down on the ground. And we're going to reach to the side, getting that nice side bend. And then we're going to go ahead and bring our chest to the left side. Good. And then back up, opening up that chest. And then we're going to come up and let's go ahead and do the other side. And then bringing the chest over the leg. And coming back to open up that chest. And then come up to a nice, tall, seated position. Go ahead and close your eyes. Palms are facing up. And just focus on your breath. Thank you so much for joining me on this practice today. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Namaste.